Hello trainers, how y'all doing? This is Gamma speaking, bringing you some Master League battles in the Go Battle League. I decided to go with Garchomp in the lead and Metagross and Gyarados with Waterfall and Outrage in the back. Waterfall is hitting really hard and it can put a lot of pressure on the opponent even against Togekiss. So I decided to go for that, and the matchup against Metagross is also a bit more convenient, only this time I didn't expect the Psychic, to be honest, so I lost the switch advantage, which was not good. But anyway, you don't see much Psychic Metagrosses, so I'm not in good position during this matchup, but I was able to go with A2. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and make sure to like and subscribe and enjoy. And as you can see, this is actually my first loss. I didn't shield the Psychic and it cost me the game obviously, so GG. Another terrible lead and I safe switch into my Gyarados, which is still not good against Togekiss, but you still hit it pretty hard. Anyway, the opponent decided to bail into Garchomp and I didn't shield the Outrage, which was huge, and the opponent shielded my Outrage, which is huge call by him, so I'm not in a good position right now. This time I made a huge no call and the opponent made a mistake by giving up switch advantage and switching to Togekiss, locking it against my Metagross. So now I'm going to farm a lot of energy, to 100 energy basically, and I'm going to throw both of the Meteor Meshes against Garchomp because I don't want to get hit by a Senton. And they have Dragonite in the back, but I still have a shield, so I was able to take this game thanks to my opponent for making a mistake. If he hadn't locked his Togekiss, against my Metagross, it would be different. GG. Garchomp mirror match, which is always kind of tricky, and this is why, because I fell for the bait and I decided to shield again, hoping this would not be a bait, and it is not. So right now I throw the Outrage and I know the opponent is ahead of energy, so I safe switch into my Gyarados. The opponent decided to throw the energy against my Gyarados, so now they go into Togekiss and farm a bit of energy. And right now I have to choose between two bad choices actually, because obviously I have to go with Metagross and I need to choose if I want to farm it all the way down and get hit by Flamethrower, or throw the energy and not have energy for whatever comes in. I decided to go with the energy and then throw it right away against Garchomp, and this is why I love Earthquake on my Garchomp, because it just one-shots the Metagross. GG. Another terrible lead for me, so I safe swap into my Gyarados and the opponent actually makes a quick swap into Metagross, which is not good for him, and right now I know I can flip this matchup by winning switch advantage. I actually think the opponent made a blind switch or didn't realize that I don't have Dragon Breath on my Gyarados, so either way it's good for me. I win this matchup and I win switch advantage, and then the opponent comes with his own Waterfall Gyarados, so right now I'm in a tricky spot. I have to go with my Garchomp right there because it has no play against the Dragonite when shields are up. I shield right there to encourage the opponent to shield as well, this Outrage, because if I can grab a shield, the matchup with Metagross against the Dragonite will be safer. I anticipated the swap from the opponent, but I didn't anticipate the Hurricane. I didn't think he reached it, to be honest, and I gotta tell you, it put a lot of pressure on me, because I know we tried to farm down, but thankfully I was able to reach another Meteor Mesh, which actually won me the game, because now I have a shield and I know I can reach the Outrage against the Gyarados. GG. As you can see, I was able to go for one, so on to the next set. Machamp is a decent lead for me, and I realized the opponent actually had some lags, but I never stop hitting because you never know with this game. So I obviously have benefited from this lag, and let's see how the opponent does. The opponent actually makes an amazing swap catching this Earthquake with his Snorlax. So I switch into my Metagross because I wanted to save the Gyarados for the Metagross matchup. Right now there's not much the opponent can do, to be honest. Obviously the lags does add some play here, unfortunately, but I never stop hitting because you never know if the opponent is just a visual glitch, which then you see all your health going down and he has a lot of energy, so I just never stop tapping. So now I obviously come with my Gyarados and I shield whatever it throws at me, even though I didn't really need to, so GG. Another terrible lead for me, so I set swap into Gyarados and they switch into Magnezone, which is a great counter to Gyarados, but thanks to the waterfall, which is really adding up, and because it didn't shield the first Aqua Tail, I know I could win switch advantage if I invested the shield, so I did that, and right now my Garchomp gets to avoid the Togekiss matchup. But the opponent actually plays it amazing. He realized that I have Metagross, and right there I just needed it to be a bait, but the opponent obviously knew that, so we throw the Outrage, and I have no play here, to be honest. He still has two shields. Yeah, I have no chance. GG. Yet another Togekiss lead, so I stress switch into my Gyarados, and the opponent actually decided to stay, so I throw the Aqua Tail, and the opponent actually decided to shield, so I decided to take the shield advantage and not shield right there, but the opponent actually makes a weird swap into Metagross. Now our switch clock are out of sync and he locked his Metagross against my Garchomp, so I don't shield right there, and I throw the Earthquake on the Garchomp, and I know because the switch clocks are out of sync, I can safely swap into my Metagross against the opponent's Togekiss. So I shield what I thought to be a Flamethrower, and I have 100 energy to throw 2 Meteor Meshes against the Garchomp. I'm still not in the clear yet. I decided to not shield right there and immediately switch into my Garchomp. So I decided to shield right there because I knew that I can get to the Outrage before he can get to another Centum. So GG. This is the dream lead for me, and the opponent actually decided to stay, so this tells me that they have another Pokemon weak to Garchomp in the back, probably Metagross. So I know I can farm the Magnezone all the way down and basically have 100 energy for whatever comes in. So now I can throw basically 2 outrages against the Dragonite, and even though I got my attack debuffed, this will one-shot the Dragonite, and the opponent actually knows it, so she decided to shield twice. So now I can come with my Metagross when shields are down. This is obviously a decent matchup for it, and they have Swampert in the back. I anticipated it to be Metagross, but either way, Gyarados is a good answer to it. I still have 2 shields, so no reason not to shield right there. Why playing it risky? So I know I'm close to an outrage and I'm able to get it and one-shot the Dragonite. GG. Yet another terrible lead for me, so I safe swap into my Gyarados, and the opponent actually decided to stay, realizing that I have Waterfall on my Gyarados, so it's a decent matchup for the Dragonite. I decided to not shield and throw the outrage right there, and it lands actually, which got my hopes up, to be honest, because I wasn't in a good spot. And then they came with their own Gyarados, so I'm in a really bad spot right now, so I come with my Garchomp, and thankfully the opponent actually switch locked himself with the Togekiss against my Metagross, so this gave me a lifeline, to be honest, because the opponent had this game in hand. So now I have 100 energy and I can throw back-to-back Meteor Meshes against the Gyarados. I decided to not shield right there, and I know I have an outrage ready, so I throw it. The opponent expected the bait or just realized that he made a mistake. GG. So this will be it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.